Hi, this is Sarah Mikesell with the Pig Site, and today we're here with Dr. Jason Woodworth. He is a professor at Kansas State University. Thanks for being with us today, Jason.
Nice to see you, Sarah, and glad to be here.
Very good, and we should state really quick, we are at the Star Vet Conference, and it's really quiet here because we've cleared out for the day and we've just wrapped up. But we're here in Muncie, Indiana, and you spoke to the audience today about some nutritional approaches. Can you tell us a little bit about your message to the group?
Yeah, absolutely. And today the topic of my presentation was based off of nutritional strategies in down markets. And unfortunately, it's a timely topic. We've got down markets that we're dealing with right now, and a lot of what I talked about was dealing with controlling costs and really managing the system, whether that be through diet formulation strategies to be able to not push for maximum gains where we're not getting the value of those gains. Some of it also is just on feeder management or proper particle size or some of these other concepts, just to make sure that we're doing everything we can to get the best efficiency out of our pigs, but also tie in the economic spin on it to make sure that we're preserving as much revenue for the producer as we can.
Very good. And you talked in the very beginning especially, and I think that was kind of the theme overall, was back to the basics, right? Yeah, everybody needs to go back to the basics when you're trying to look at ways to be more efficient, right? Can you talk just a little bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. And you know, it's human nature to go and chase the next shiny thing that might be coming out. And sometimes we forget some of the basic animal husbandry work and making sure we've got feed to the pigs, water to the pigs, making sure the environment's clean and properly set up for when we're placing pigs in barns, but also throughout. And that really needs to be a focus because those are the things that we can control. And sometimes there's other things that we're doing from a nutritional perspective or a veterinary perspective that we're assuming are going to have a good performance, but maybe we don't have the specific hands-on control. And so being able to focus on those areas that we know we can have a measurable impact and that really influence the bottom line needs to be a focus, and it all comes down to animal husbandry. So we take care of the pigs, they'll take care of us in the end of the day, and that's the ultimate goal for a producer.
Very good. And you talked about the very last thing, I think, or one of the very last slides you had said, let's make sure we're getting the right diet to the right pig at the right time.
Absolutely. And, you know, as a formulating nutritionist, I can spend a lot of time behind a computer making fine decisions and formulating things to a minute decimal point. But if the feed logistics system isn't in place, if we're not getting the pigs the feed that they should be receiving at that particular weight range, it's all for naught. And so making sure that we're really focusing on operational excellence through the whole nutrition strategy, through the whole nutrition program, and again, ensuring the right feed's there for the pig will help them achieve their maximum performance.
Very good. And I'm going to veer a little bit away from your presentation, but we had a really robust Q&A with the veterinarians here at the end of using the 4-star veterinary team. And you were talking a lot about disease and making sure that we're feeding correctly to help prevent disease, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of that came up in regards to E. coli, especially post-weaning E. coli diarrhea. And, you know, a lot of the things that we can do to help overcome some of those E. coli is actually a preventative type as opposed to a treatment. So making sure we've got those barns cleaned and properly set up for receiving those pigs. Sometimes people are talking about creep feeding a little bit more. Making sure the nutritional program is set up to not induce additional E. coli is key. And so being able to have the nutritionists work hand in hand with the veterinarians within these systems and really jointly come up with programs that are best for the pig is the ultimate goal.
Very good. I know it might sound silly, but I've worked with companies, and they've always, several people have said to me, when the nutritionist and the producer and the veterinarian all come together and sit around the table, that's when magic happens.
Yeah, it's a full team sport that we're dealing with right here, and so absolutely we can't do it individually because it's all a synergy that's going on when we're raising these pigs, and we have to be on the same page.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for all the information today, Jason.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Very good. This is Sarah Mikesell with the Pig Site.